A recent study found 95% of Americans use cell phones. Now, California has put out groundbreaking guidelines to limit exposure to cell phone radiation. John Blackstone has more on this.
California officials say the warning about keeping a cell phone pressed up against your ear was issued largely because radio frequency emissions could be damaging, particularly to children.
Now children on average are starting at the age of 10 and using cell phones for a lot of activities.
California's Department of Public Health recommends using the speakerphone or headphones, sleeping at least an arm's length away from it, and avoiding keeping it in your pocket. The move comes after a 3-year-long legal battle by Joel Moskowitz, who forced the state to release a long secret study of cell phone risk. Certainly there are those who say this is going to cause panic.
People are not going to give up these devices. That's not what we're seeking. What we're seeking is that people take the appropriate cautions and reduce their risk substantially.
California's warning says that while the science is still evolving, some studies suggest a link between high cell phone use and brain cancer, lower sperm count, and headaches.
This is just like the history of tobacco.
Now, unlike cigarettes, cell phones are actually useful for something.
Professor Stan Glantz uncovered long secret tobacco company research that revealed the dangers of smoking. He's watching the science on cell phones.
The case is by no means closed yet, but there's certainly enough evidence to be concerned, to the point that I don't usually carry a cell phone.
California is not alone in this warning. The Food and Drug Administration says on its website the risk is probably very small, but suggests using speaker mode or a headset. And Apple includes a warning of sorts on all iPhones, but it's not easy to find. You have to go to Settings, General, About, down to the bottom here to Legal, then to RF Exposure, where finally Apple suggests using headphones or the speakerphone to reduce exposure to radio frequency emissions. Jeff?
John Blackstone, thank you.
We love and enjoy using our mobile phones. For years, people have talked about the negative effects of using cell phones, specifically regarding overuse and how it could have an impact on public health down the line. These mobile phones are, after all, emitting radio frequency energy and radio waves, so there was always the potential and possibility to cause some sort of health risks and concerns. The California Department of Public Health, CDPH, has just weighed in on this debate, releasing information that outlines the multiple studies that have been released on the matter. These studies suggest that the RF signals emitted from mobile phones could cause brain cancer, headaches, memory loss, and even loss of sleep. The guidelines are not calling for the end of cell phones, nor are they outright saying that mobile phones are dangerous. They are simply providing some suggestions as to how one could reduce their exposure to this RF energy. Although the science is still evolving, there are concerns among some public health professionals and members of the public regarding long-term, high-use exposure to the energy emitted by cell phones, according to CDPH Director and State Public Health Officer Dr. Karen Smith. We know that simple steps, such as not keeping your phone in your pocket and moving it away from your bed at night, can help reduce exposure for both children and adults. The guidelines go on to suggest carrying your mobile device in a backpack, purse or briefcase, as opposed to your pocket, which most people do. Another strategy is keeping the phone just a few feet away from you while you're using it. For example, if you're talking to someone on the phone, use a headset or speakerphone option, rather than holding the device to your head. Then there is always the option of texting, which means the phone is away from your face. The guidelines also mention the avoidance of using your phone when it is sending out high levels of radio frequency energy. There's a lot of RF energy being emitted when you're streaming something on your phone or sending large files.